Welcome back. This is episode 153 of the NYYST podcast. I am your host, Christian. As always, joined by my co-host, Chris.
You.
And back from assignment, Stat Guy Ryan.
What up?
Ryan, who assigned you last week?
Are we talking about it or no? Because I was going to drop it last week.
Talk about it. I was fucking filming a movie, bro. Aaron Sorkin movie, dude.
That's pretty awesome, man.
I'm playing just a student supporter. Don't really have much dialogue. It's more of group dialogue in a couple parts, but it was.
Wait, do you talk?
Yeah, it was a lot of interaction between the main cast and then all of us. There was like 15, 20 of us.
Ryan's in a movie with Batman.
That were just,
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Robin.
Batman, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's in there.
Old Batman, Michael Keaton.
A bunch of Oscar winners. Sacha Baron Cohen, Borat was there. He was great.
Very nice.
It's a great.
But yeah, my stuff was all in the courthouse. We filmed it in Patterson. It was really awesome. That was what
he
I was
was
doing
recording till like 5 in the morning last night.
We didn't get done until 5. I didn't get home until 5:30.
You told me.
Yeah, 5:30.
Fucking liar now. Now you're lying.
Wrong. But
So,
it was awesome.
You know,
I'm famous.
Wait. Goo. We were muted on the video, but I guess I'll have to edit that in.
what did you do?
I had us muted on the video.
Or we muted on the audio?
No, we're good on the audio.
Are you sure about that?
Positive.
So what, you could just like sync it in?
Yeah, I guess I'll sync. I have a day to sync.
It won't be too much.
Today is episode 153, as we mentioned. It's the third annual NYYST Awards.
Hosted by
John Minko.
Is it? Did we get him for this?
Nah, he couldn't make it, dude. He's feeling under the weather.
What is he calling a St. John's game?
Well, he's unsure now where his career is going to go now that Mike's apparently leaving the fan again.
Have you noticed how happy Minko was when he came back since he's been back?
Yeah, it's like he
almost got knocked out by George Foreman the other day.
Who?
Yeah.
Minko.
What was he getting under his skin?
I don't know. I only caught part of it.
Yeah, but Muhammad Ali was technically the better fighter.
How do you get
Frazier
George
did knock you out.
Foreman was in studio on Boomer and Gio's show.
Okay.
And then somebody said something to Minko in front of Foreman, and I guess the way Mink responded to it. I
Got a
don't
little
know.
confrontational.
George Foreman was that mad? The dude makes fucking grills now. He gets that mad about his boxing career?
Yeah, and the food is not that good from his grill. It's not that
You ever
good.
George Foreman grill your foot?
Great episode.
Damn, Minko said he might retire within the next year.
Wow, Minko retiring.
We're going to have to lock him up. Maybe he'll do a little side hustle.
Because of the George Foreman stuff.
No, this is way before
that's a
George
while ago.
Foreman.
All right. I don't think anyone gives a fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
So what do we got going on today?
I don't know. First of all, if you're listening to us, please go to iTunes. Please leave us a 5-star rating and a review, please. Second, if you're watching us, please fucking subscribe to the channel.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, because cursing at people is usually how you get what you
It
want.
is. I curse at my kids.
And that's why they're
When I curse
unruly.
at my kids, they fucking listen.
Yeah, all right.
Hey, put that fucking lemonade down. You hear me?
Yeah, and guess what happens? They just drop it on the floor. Crack.
Yeah, good.
Lemonade on the floor. Technically, they did what you wanted them to do. They put it down.
I don't give a fuck. I'm training them
You're training them.
to have thick skin. Whatever. Just fucking leave us a review. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm intimidating. I don't know. You wanted to talk about the Astros a little more. I think you had things.
I think we need to talk about how you think you're intimidating.
I am fucking intimidating. I intimidated both of you before we came on
To
the
a
air.
2-year-old and a 7-year-old.
Yeah, and you couldn't intimidate me if you tried.
I challenged you tonight.
You're challenged, all right.
I challenged you. I did. About this whole fucking athletes getting paid
All right, no.
bullshit.
Yeah,
No, we're not getting into it, okay? We're not getting into it. I'm just saying that
See,
I'm
he
right
gets
and
to
you're
he
wrong.
gets to drop his opinion on it and then say, "We're not getting into it, but this is how I feel about it, but we're not getting into it."
Oh, man. You're funny as fuck, man.
The Astros.
Maybe, can we do this one day? Can we just do like a 5-hour-long podcast,
I know.
but not about the Yankees?
No.
Just us sitting here and being ourselves.
No, I don't want to be around you for 5 hours.
Fine, fuck both of you.
I can't believe I just said this to Ryan 10 minutes ago. I can't believe Ryan never murdered you.
I
He
tried.
almost did.
I threw a rock at his.
Like
No,
a
but
big-
I'm-
a big
I'm
boulder
saying,
at my
like,
head.
Standing over him while he's sleeping with a knife in your hand.
I did. I have.
You
It's,
tried. Yeah, you tried.
willpower.
He tried.
Willpower.
Yeah,
couple times.
You know.
It's not. We're not over yet.
It's not done yet.
Yeah, but it would have
Made
been
that knockout.
it would have been easier when you were
knock you out.
when you guys were kids.
Yeah, under 18, probably wouldn't go to
You know-
jail for it. Could pull it off as an accident.
Oh, I slipped. I was going back
Yeah.
to bed.
I was
slipped.
sleepwalking.
He did sleepwalk a lot.
Yeah.
So
Ryan, the clock is ticking, by the way. You have to do this punch before the Yankees report to spring training.
it's
Yeah.
coming.
I'm
And
doing
he's
it. I got a new phone now, so I can record it.
And
you're
you
not
know what?
safe.
He-
Off location, on location, no matter what. You shouldn't fucking.
He was being extra obnoxious today.
Yeah, no, trust me, bro. It's all going in the brain,
Uh-huh.
bro. It's all in my head. That's all I'll be thinking about when I hook them left.
Well, you know what? I think we have to talk about this a little bit more because it is the biggest story in MLB in a long time. This Astros cheating scandal.
It's pretty fucked up, dude. It's pretty fucked up.
And you got two guys that are now major league managers that were in on it.
Yeah.
Basically, you hear that Carlos Beltran might have been the mastermind of the whole thing.
do you know what's fucked up? I don't really
You.
like. I don't like Don LaGreca, right?
Because he sucks.
Yeah, I really don't like him. But
I like that.
he made a great point yesterday or the other day.
I find that hard to believe.
No, he really did. He's like, how are you going to penalize these guys now? They work for other teams. Like what? The Mets and the fucking Red Sox have to get penalized now?
Well, the Red Sox should have been penalized because they were stealing signs with a fucking Apple Watch last year.
2 years ago.
2017.
It was not
2018.
No, it was not. It was 2017. It was a fucking Jeopardy question, ironically, the other night.
When did they get hit with the Apple Watch? Look this up. And I want to fucking apologize. I want you down on your knees to fucking apologize.
2017.
Okay.
You can get down on your knees now. pal.
Nope. I thought Alex Cora was on that
I
team.
had to friggin' register to read this article.
Wrong.
Okay, so
No, it's 2017, Christian.
Really?
Yeah.
And can I be, and look,
oh my God.
I'll even be honest with you. Okay.
See, the reason why I
I
thought
only know that because it was it was the day this came out with the Astros. It was a Jeopardy question about stealing signs.
maybe it came out in 20. No. I could have sworn Alex Cora was behind this. That's why it made sense to me that it was 2018.
No.
Or was Alex Cora involved with Houston's 2017 stuff?
No, he definitely was. He
Well,
was
obviously.
he was the bench coach in 2017.
All right, so Rye, you said we made a good point last week, right? Like, there's no one if they were truly doing this, which it seems like they were. There's not one person who was in that dugout that didn't know about it, right? Like,
It's hard not to. How
like
can you
there's
not?
no way. Just like half of them knew,
Right,
and then the
yeah.
other half was just like, why is Springer fucking humping the garbage can?
Banging that trash can.
Right?
No, there's no way. There's just no way.
And I'm hearing it could be a suspension or a punishment unlike any other that we've seen in any sport. So AJ Hinch get banned for life?
Yeah, you're gonna ban him for life for this?
Why? Why not? This is excessive. You know how there's different murders, right? 1st degree, 2nd degree, 3rd degree, whatever. This is like 1st degree cheating. This was premeditated.
All cheating is premeditated.
This was like a very long, drawn out process. Correct?
What do you mean?
No, I'm pretty sure they just woke up one day and bought a couple GoPros from Best Buy and stuck them in.
What I'm saying was it wasn't just like, hey, guys, guess what? From the bullpen, we can actually see. You want us to start relaying signs? Yeah, that sounds good. This was more like, guys, if we get a good enough camera and place it in a good enough spot and then wire it, we could pipe it down to a TV in the dugout, and then we'll have to bang a garbage can, which will then relay to the batter. It's just a step-by-step, a long, drawn-out thing.
Very good.
And every asset of it is breaking the rules.
It's not technically illegal to bang a garbage can.
Right, but is it in the rule? Is technology even, has that been added to the rules, like that you can't use? Well, it has to be some sort of extra device being used, because there was the microscope or telescope was used in the 50s, and then the Apple Watch. So it's, I guess, any extracurricular technology or devices can't be used.
That's correct.
Correct.
You can't use anything but your eyes to steal signs.
Open your eyes.
Which, are you guys in agreement that that's totally acceptable in
Yeah,
baseball?
anything.
Fair game. If you're on second base, you could try and
In
find the signs.
between
Yeah,
the
because
white lines.
that's the weakness of the other team.
Right, and that's on them to
But
adjust.
you can do anything you pick up in between the white lines is fine with me. That's not cheating. That's gamesmanship. That's
Sure.
You want to be. I mean, if you want to be stupid and not code your signs better and
Yes,
allow the other team to pick them up, that's on you, not more so than it is on them.
absolutely.
Kind of like this, right? Say you're sitting next to some like really smart kid, right? During
His analogies are always so long drawn out and they
during
never
a
make
fucking
sense.
test, right?
Put me to sleep.
And he's like not covering his
Let him
fucking.
get it. Let him get it.
He's not covering his answers, and you like peek over and you fucking steal a few. Hey, should have been covering your fucking answers, right? But if that same kid has his fucking cell phone out and he's Googling every answer, that's fucking ridiculous.
Google it.
Yeah, it's unfair, because then every other student should be able to have their cell phone out.
And I should have said it was a test to like who was the top of the class. They won an award for being top of the class.
It's going
If
to be
that other
hard.
kid was showing his answers, hey, fuck you. I'm going to steal some of them.
It's going to be hard to penalize anybody.
Yeah, but that would mean that you're trying to say they only cheated in the postseason, which they didn't do. They didn't any chance they could get, they cheated.
Yeah.
So not just the top of the class. The kid was taking a quiz that counted for 1% of his grade. He was still cheating.
Just shut the fuck up.
No, you shut the fuck up. I'm not your wife. You don't fucking talk to
Oh,
me
you
like
think I
that.
talk to my wife that way?
You're Mr. Intimidating now. You know who runs that fucking house.
Certainly not me, Johnny.
If you look at the penalty that the NFL gave out to the Patriots in that Spygate scandal back in 2007, it was $500,000 fine to Bill Belichick. That was the maximum by the league.
But this is just not
And
even
then
close.
$250,000 fine on the
And
Patriots.
it's the same fucking thing. He was illegally recording another team's closed practice.
No, I disagree.
But wait, hold on, no.
100%.
But at the end of the day, Chris, they were both using technology that in an illegal fashion.
Hey,
That was
hey,
against the rules.
okay.
That's-
Hey,
Correct.
Tim, you're not supposed to be there, but go there. Not only watch it, and record the whole
It's
thing
not
and let
even
me watch it.
close.
Really? You don't think so?
No.
He's just argumentative tonight.
No, I'm not argumentative.
It usually is.
Here's where you can fight me on it, right? If they had a tell between every play of what they were doing, and that's what they were recording, so that every time the defense saw that tell, they knew what play was coming, that would be the same thing.
They didn't need the fucking tell because they were watching a closed practice, so they knew the tell already.
They knew.
What do you mean? What happens in a closed practice, Christian? Okay, guys, here's
The
how
game
the game's
plan.
going to go. We're going to do all these plays in this set order. Okay?
We're going to call audibles
No one's ever
for a
seen
blitz,
these plays.
or we're going to
No
call
one's ever
an
seen
audible
these
for a
plays
run.
before.
When we scream the color green, that means we're running to the right side.
Oh, that happens practice by practice. They go through those things. We're talking about live in game. You had a team focused in on signs that were
Using
coming.
technology.
Every single
they
pitch.
went ahead of the game and they cheated before the game started, so they didn't need to cheat during the game.
Smart.
It's probably worse in my.
But
I
what?
think it is almost
Wait,
worse.
How could you think that this is fucking worse? Seriously,
I just
how?
told you.
What are they honestly gaining from recording a practice?
If I know every play
Scouting
that's
report.
coming, if I know how they're lining up, if I know what their
Football
audible calls
especially,
are, come on,
where
bro.
it's not dependent on a pitcher
Jesus.
having a good
this
day.
was just against one game, one team.
in the fucking Super Bowl.
This was in the Super Bowl.
2002.
Yes. Right,
Walk,
was
it was the Patriots were also
Videotaped the Rams
The
prior-
Rams
yeah.
walked through practice prior to the Super Bowl in 2002, which Belichick denied.
Of course he denied
And
it.
he later retracted his denial. And then a Patriots video assistant was the one who
Who
took
was the
fall and
quarterback then?
fired.
Tom Brady.
Brady was in 02?
Yeah, that was his first Super Bowl.
Damn.
That's why he cheated. He didn't know what he had yet.
Was that the Titans-Rams game?
No, that was the year. That was a 01 Super Bowl.
What is
That,
wrong
no,
with
no.
you?
That was the Super Bowl, though?
We just said they cheated in the Super
The
Bowl.
Titans and Rams was the Super Bowl.
I didn't know
and
if
the-
Titans Rams was.
So how could the Patriots cheat in a Super Bowl? They weren't even in.
Holy fuck, dude! You're not understanding.
No,
what I'm
I am
saying.
understanding.
I'm not thinking about conferences right now. I'm just thinking: was the Titans Rams a Super Bowl,
Yeah.
or was that a championship game? I
No,
wasn't
that was
thinking.
that was a Super Bowl.
Right, because
Alright.
they're both in different fucking conferences.
Okay.
So
But I mean,
2002,
dude-
this is when this happened.
Chris, though, think about it. Your walkthrough practice before a championship, the biggest game of your team's season.
I didn't know
You're-
this was a
All right,
Super
yeah,
Bowl,
you
though.
didn't. Okay.
Would it have mattered if it was like
Yes,
week 2
yes,
against the
100%
fucking
it would've.
Dolphins?
Yeah, I still don't
This
think
is
it
where
would've,
you're
though.
closed-minded, and this is where you need to expand your thought process.
Oh my god!
I'm thinking it's
You're
mid-season.
taping a fucking practice. It doesn't matter when it happens.
It
You're
does.
still gaining a competitive advantage
What
by
do you
knowing
think they
what's
do
happening.
in practice, Chris?
No,
you think
it
they
does
just
in a sense of
play around? And we're just
Super Bowl, everything's out on the line. Everything's new. Everything's fresh. Everything is different. If it's mid-season and you're recording a practice, they're probably going through a lot of the same things that they're going to do all season long.
They're probably doing the same thing in the friggin' Super Bowl too. What do you think? They're going to just come
But
up with
things
a
are a
different
lot
game
more
plan now?
specific. Things are a lot more specific in
you're-
a Super
they're-
Bowl.
Look,
So it
because
gives them
you
even
don't
more of
watch
an
football,
advantage.
because you don't watch football, you might not know this. Your game plan is not the same for every fucking team that you play, because some teams play against are better against the run, some teams are better against the pass. Some teams have better quarterbacks, some teams have better running backs. So
Why do you think there's so much parity in the
you
league?
tailor your game plan for the team that you're playing. It's not like,
Did
well,
the
you know,
Patriots do this all season long to get to the Super
to
Bowl?
cheat. Yeah, they do.
Did they do it all season long?
We don't know.
No,
They've
you're
only
just a little. You
That's
just don't like the
another
Patriots,
argument.
so now we're gonna fight that.
Why?
Why wouldn't
I hate
Christian
the
like the
Patriots. Why
Patriots?
should I hate? What have the Patriots ever done to aggravate me? The only 2 games they ever played against my team, we won.
Ting, ting.
I hate the Patriots.
Yeah,
I
Giants
just don't
fans
like.
do not
I
hate
don't
the
just don't
Patriots.
like
I
people
love
from
Tom
fucking
Brady.
Boston being fucking happy. That's the only reason why I
I
don't
love
root
Tom
for 'em.
Brady and I love Bill Belichick.
I mean, think about it, though. That's the equivalent, say, that in the Eagles Super Bowl against the Eagles, they're
Hey, you
recording
know
the
what?
practice and they saw the Philly special. Then the Eagles don't score there.
You might have a special
And-
play planned.
Yeah, the Philly.
You might change the audibles for a game. It doesn't matter. Anything. You're watching these guys
Omaha.
practice as if they're only what they think that they're in a bubble right now, where only Rams people are watching, only people in the team. So they're out. Their secrets are out in the
Yeah.
open.
Don't you like having private discussions sometimes? Maybe sometimes you talk to someone and you only
Yeah,
want
you
them
and your
to
wife
know
are
about
discussing private family matters.
And then there's Bill Belichick
And
sitting in the
and
corner.
then here comes some jackass with his phone out. Hey, what's that? What are you telling your wife? Is that your social security number? Can I have that, please? Oh, you're talking about your child
154.
right now? Can I have that too, please? Come on.
Did they do it for 81 games? Every single game?
Who?
The Patriots?
Well,
Mid-game?
Did they?
Stealing signs?
What does that matter?
Every
That doesn't
single
excuse
pitch?
him- them
Every
doing it
single pitch?
the one time.
Every single pitch?
You don't. But you're missing again. You missed the point on this,
Yeah,
and we
man.
need to get off this because it's really irrelevant.
Yeah, you're right. So I shouldn't have even.
Okay. You don't have to steal the signs in game when you know what they are already ahead of time.
Okay.
So what are you stealing?
I think it's fucked up. I don't think it's anywhere near
If you're watching a team
as
go through their
fucked up as the
walkthrough,
Astros.
if you're watching a team go through the walkthrough and you know that they have 3 wide receivers on the right side of, and that's their trick to run.
What if
because
they're-
you think the run to the left because they got 3 wide receivers lined up on the right? What do you need to steal that shit information for in the fucking game? You already know. You watched the practice 2 days ago.
Okay. Great. I still don't think it's as bad or anywhere near as bad what the Astros did.
Okay, fine. You don't think so.
You're not
You don't
right.
think so?
I'm not saying I'm right.
Okay. We didn't.
I'm not saying
we
you're
didn't-
wrong.
Yeah, we're not.
You're right. You believe it was as bad as what the Astros did?
To know a
Yeah,
team's
that's-
entire
Not even
game plan before the
close.
fucking Super Bowl? Yeah.
Oh, come
it's pretty
on.
bad.
We're talking about a team who fucking cheated every single pitch.
We don't know that the Patriots didn't cheat every single
Oh,
game.
if that comes out, then I will agree with you. It was just as bad.
But this was for the Super Bowl. But
Super Bowl.
You think the Astros didn't cheat for the fucking World Series
No,
they won?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't.
Come on.
Not have to.
The Super Bowl is way more important. We should be doing a football podcast. Anyway.
Yeah. Christ.
All right. So basically, the point is, what I really want to talk about today is what should happen to the Houston Astros. This is a really really, really big story.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
They should have to replay the 2017
No, they
World
shouldn't.
Series.
They
with the
absolutely
Yankees.
should not have to do that.
I don't. It's hard because, like you said, a lot of the guys that were responsible, Beltran, Cora, Hinch, they're all separated. Hinch is still there, yeah. But
These are the two
I
dumb.
think that's what they would have to do. Is
And I will.
pin
I
it all on
seriously,
Hinch.
we can go outside and we can fight if you disagree with me on either of these 2 points because I'm not. I don't want to hear any counter.
I got a free.
I don't want to
punch,
hear
too,
any
so.
counter arguments on this.
Okay.
Number one, they should not strip the Astros of the 2017 World Series.
Absolutely,
I agree.
not.
And number two, they should not penalize the 2019 Astros in the sense that, like I heard Rosenberg say this earlier today, that they just automatically start with 10 losses. They
Okay.
play the
That's
games.
so smart.
They play the games, but
That's why
the
he should
Astros.
stick to Hot 97.
But the Astros automatically get a loss if the team that they're playing, like let's say they're playing the Yankees and the Yankees lose, the Yankees still get a loss. But the Yankees have to win the game to get a win. But the Astros automatically get 10 losses. Also stupid.
How about they get?
That's one of the worst things I've ever heard.
How about they have to go back to the National League?
They can do that.
Okay, here's my 2 things. Ready?
And here's the third one. They also should not be banned from playing in the postseason. This isn't fucking college athletics
No.
where you put a death penalty on somebody. If this team is still good enough to make the postseason in 2020, did I say the 2019 Astros with the 10-game thing? I probably did.
Yes.
But
You meant 2020.
they shouldn't be punished by not making the postseason because think about the competitive integrity of the game because that's what we're all mad about, right? The competitive integrity of baseball. If the Astros are playing 162 games where they know no matter what happens they're not going to postseason, you think they're going to fucking care?
No.
You think Alex what's his
We
name?
have a
No, what's his name? What's their name?
Corey?
AJ Hinch and Luhnow, or however you say their GM's name, Jeff Luhnow. They're going to take the season seriously?
No, it's just like how we talked about tanking. They don't want tanking anymore. You think if they
Jeff Luhnow.
you think if they know they don't have a competitive edge to be able
If they could
to
go
make-
162-0 and they still wouldn't make the postseason, you think they're going
Right.
to care?
And another reason why I don't think that should happen is because it was reported that there were several players that didn't want that to take place during their at-bats, that they didn't
And what are you
want
do?
that.
And that's what. And then again, people are saying, "Oh, you got to suspend Beltran. You got to suspend Cora."
No.
Why? Because now they have jobs in Major League Baseball, and it's the Red Sox and Mets. So we're Yankee fans. So do we really care if anything bad happens? But to the Red Sox and Mets, no. But again, you're going to penalize those organizations for something
it's
that
not
didn't
fair.
happen in their
Can
to
I be
them.
honest?
What?
First of all, I don't like AJ Hinch. I don't like the things he says, and I really don't like him even more because of how much more this seems to be true
And how cocky he was
and how
during the
cocky he is
ALCS.
during all of it. So I really don't like him, and I'm actually shocked that him and Boone are as close as they are. But I think
Well, I think you're a son of a bitch, but we're still friends.
I'm not a cocky motherfucker like
Oh,
him.
well, with your attitude fucking today, I think you can definitely make the point. If you don't agree with me, you're a fucking idiot. I'm
You are.
Chris Stacy, and I'm
Right.
fucking smarter than everybody.
You are. I am. I think the first thing that needs to happen is AJ Hinch needs to lay his balls on the table.
And get him chopped off.
Yes.
That should,
and
castration,
just
that should
literally
be his punishment.
and literally say this was on me. This was me. Don't penalize anyone else. This was all me. I concocted the whole thing. I did the whole thing. Leave everyone else out of it. I'm the one who did it.
Because think about it, like Brian McCann, he's not in baseball anymore. If he was in on the sign stealing, what are you going to do to him?
Yeah, right.
So you can't punish the players. That's another thing I don't agree with. You can't punish the players because somebody
And
had
Beltran
to let
was a player at the time.
somebody had to let this happen. And
Right.
that's at an organizational level. The organization needs to be punished.
They should be held.
And people are arguing me on
accountable.
Twitter saying, "Oh, you think taking away their draft picks is going to stop cheating?" Yeah. If you take away their first round draft pick for say 5 years, you think they're going to cheat anymore?
No.
No.
That's
because-
how they got to where they are now.
Yeah. Think about it. You're not allowing them to build their team from the way that teams want to be built now.
That's the way you got to penalize the team.
And you really want to
Because
know
that really hits the organization.
you really, really want to know how you're gonna get this to stop? You find the owner enough money where he goes, "You better cut this shit out." And I'm not talking about $500,000 because the guy that owns a Major League
It's
Baseball
got to be
team,
$3 million.
a guy that owns a Major League Baseball team will fucking throw $500,000 out the window and light it on fire and laugh
He'll wipe
because
his
he's
ass with it
bored.
first, actually.
And just look at the players that this team has drafted in the first round. So, yeah, you're right. This would be probably the best course of action. They drafted Springer in the first round, Carlos Correa in the first round, Alex Bregman, Kyle Tucker. So, I mean, that's their team right there.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, they're really good at drafting, so that would be the best way to penalize them.
What are you looking at here?
This is just the Astros' first-round draft picks in their franchise history.
So how did Mike Fulton?
They must have had multiple draft picks. They might.
But how did he get to? Is that the same guy in the
Yeah,
Braves?
probably.
How did he get there? Look that up.
let's
Find out how he got there.
Let's go
Now I
down
wanna
the
know
fucking
how he got
wormhole
there.
here. Drafted by the Astros, he played in the minor leagues until he was called up. The Astros traded Fultonevich to the Braves before the 2015 season. He was traded
For Evan Gaddis, who hit a big
Wow.
home run in Game 7 in the ALCS
Yeah.
in 2017. So there you go.
And
Look at
so,
that.
Yeah, look at that. That's another valuable first-round pick. So, boom. Yeah, that's the direction.
Christian, I
that-
think you hit it.
Yeah,
right on the
that's
head,
it,
man.
bro.
You have to punish these teams that they're not allowed to build their teams.
Someone was saying, too, that, like, it's tough for the commissioner to fine the owners directly because technically the commissioner works for the owner. Some shit.
He does.
So it
he
gets,
does
like,
technically work for the
Gets
owners.
very sticky, but it's got to happen, right? No one else should be fined. I think AJ Hinch himself
Well, you're not
should
technically
get fined.
finding the owner. You're finding the organization, and who's going to pay for it? The owner,
Right, the organization, and I think AJ Hinch should see his own fine,
and he should be suspended
agree.
as well.
and he should be suspended at least half a season.
Now, do you guys see MLB taking any measures next year to try and prevent this? Do they maybe have a neutral employee on site at these games to make sure that this isn't going on? Because if they had someone in that dugout, then this probably doesn't happen, right? Because there was the television monitor right in the hallway there.
Maybe. I just think, like,
How can they? What can MLB do to make sure this doesn't happen? Because I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, it was the Astros, but it's the MLB not enforcing any sort of rules to make sure this doesn't happen. It's the same
but
thing
if
with
you
the steroid
do,
issue.
but if you make it,
They were aware of the steroid issue. Were they aware of this?
no, they were not. I mean, they were aware in a sense of they might be doing something.
You're
I don't
right.
think they knew the lengths that the Astros were going
No,
to
but they
cheat.
didn't. They let it get out of hand before. They didn't prevent. What is it called? What is that called when you react instead of act or something? I don't know. There's a phrase there.
Listen,
You
as
want
long
them
as
to be
they make
Proactive instead of
reactive.
reactive. Exactly.
as
that's
long
it,
as
which is hard to do.
as long as they make the punishment strong enough, teams aren't going to want to do this, and they're going to know that there's players out there that they're going to be okay with coming forward after this. Because Fires said all this, and you know, what's his name? The dude who was on the Yankees last year, but on the White Sox in 2017.
Lynn?
No, the other pitcher who came out for something. He got hit in the fucking head, or he had the aneurysm.
Oh, Danny Farquhar.
Farquhar,
Yeah.
right? These pitchers, they're being proven right. So other teams they're not going to be scared to fucking talk. So I think that you make the punishment strong enough, teams aren't going to fuck around with this anymore.
And you know what that kind of reminds me of in a way with the steroids again is the way they punished Alex Rodriguez. They set an example that if you're going to do this, then there's going to be stiff penalties. If you're
Yeah, and now look at it. Who were the guys getting caught with steroids now? Fucking no-name guys or guys who really... I mean, D. Gordon is probably the one guy you can think of, and he's not even supposed to be a home run hitter. But
Yeah,
he's
you
like the
wouldn't
one
guess
guy
he
who
was.
was like good. Everyone else now gets snagged with steroids is just a fucking bum.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
did
gotta
you miss
come
that
down
Robinson
stiff on
Cano got suspended?
Robinson Cano was a little different also. He was also fucking out of his prime. And it was on fucking whatchamacallit.
Whatever. The point I'm making is that it's gonna be interesting to see this punishment because it has to set precedent and it has to set the example that
And it's
teams
got to be
better
extreme.
not do this. It
It's
has
gotta
to
be
be
extreme.
It has to be.
I'm done. What are you guys reading?
Looking up all the roid abusers over the last couple of years.
Roids. Michael Pineda.
Oh, God. Yeah, he was a big one.
Mm.
Fucking loser.
D. Gordon, Raul Mondesi's son.
Stephen Wright?
Yeah, you're right though in a way though. It's
Right?
Not,
I mean,
not your,
after
it's not your
that-
Sammy Sosa's and Mark McGuire's. It's your D Gordons and Starlin Martes
Right.
for the
Yeah.
most part.
Well, you
So
know,
set the example.
And your Michael Pinedas.
Pineated.
I mean,
Pine. Yeah,
It's
you
like
can't spell
either
Pineda
you're-
without Pine.
either you're a loser or you're just a guy who,
what about Tim Beckham?
if you
No,
don't,
that's not the same guy. No, I'm thinking of,
Of,
somebody else. I'm thinking of Tim
30
Anderson.
Yeah, I was
minutes.
thinking
I
that
was
sound
thinking
like
that
no
too.
way is that.
Okay.
that was fun, guys. You
All
want
right.
to just call it a show?
Yeah, sure. Go. You can leave. Ryan and I will continue.
Yeah, we got this, bro.
I think it's a better show when you're not here.
Oh, that's only happened once.
Yeah. No,
So, one of the worst rated shows
yeah.
of all
No.
time.
Yeah. Of course it was.
You guys had a great show last week, by the way. I really
Thanks.
enjoyed it.
You like Murdy?
Yeah, Murdy was a great interview. I like where you guys went with that.
Sweeney.
Asked some really nice, good questions, and it was good timing with the whole Houston thing. It's for the off season.
Houston,
things to talk
you have
about.
a problem.
Murdy wanted to say so bad. He's like, we all fucking knew.
Yeah, he should just let loose.
We
on the
all
pod.
knew. He got a little angry with me when I brought up the Cashman stuff.
Oh,
He got a little angry.
oh, good. You gotta press buttons.
Gotta
sometimes.
press buttons, man.
Hey, he has no. Isn't that somewhat hypocritical of him? If
No,
to
he
get
he
ang-
wasn't
to
really
get-
getting angry. He was just defending himself that he wasn't trying to
that's all you can
say
do.
that to Cashman the way it came off.
Well, I think he explained himself a lot better this time around.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, am I ready for the third annual New York Yankee NYYST Awards?
Yippee.
All right, you can leave then.
Who won it? World Series MVP? No one, because they didn't make it.
I think the Wikipedia page said World Series MVP for 2007 was the center field camera
For 2013.
for 2017.
Oh,
The
2017.
Houston's World Series.
I just feel bad for those fans out in Houston.
Yeah, I feel.
Yeah, it
terrible.
kind of
so bad.
sucks. That kind of like fuck Houston fans. I hate you. But also, it's just because I'm a fan of another team and you're fucking annoying. Like that sucks.
I don't feel bad for them. I was being sarcastic.
A lot of them are
I do.
I see
That
a lot of,
sucks because you want to know why you got to love baseball, bro.
fans defending them and trying to find an excuse them
No,
for
because
it.
they're all like, "Oh, the Yankees did steroids." So did
Yeah,
everybody
shut the fuck
fucking
up.
else.
Does
Shut
it
up.
No,
worry
no.
you in any way that Carlos Beltran is a piece of this, and then he's been working for the Yankees the last couple of years? That maybe he tried bringing it over? Maybe the Yankees have been
I hope
doing
he was-
some sort of strategy.
He was the one that probably pointed out that they were up to some shit in the ALCS this year.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
You
And
know,
I'm sure-
we don't use cameras out in the outfield. We just use our eyes. I have hawk vision, and you know, I relay the message with my hawk eyes. And you know,
If you go up to your boss, right, and you're like, "Hey, boss, guess what, man? I could skim like 10% on these customers right now. Will you allow me to do it?" And the boss says no
Why would they say no?
because it's illegal.
To gain 10%?
Yeah, if you're like overcharging 10%, it's like, "Yo, I'd overcharge 10% on every customer. We'll say we're doing X, but we're not really doing anything. We're just going to charge them.
X?
We're just charging them 10% more."
What kind of drugstore is this?
Okay. And your boss is like, "No, you can't fucking do that." Guess what? You're not going to be doing the overcharging.
Right.
And
And if you do, guess who's going to be the first person to get your ass out of the fucking...
And it's not like Carlos Beltran is climbing up the fucking flagpole in center field and installing the cameras
Is he
himself.
fucking Mario?
So this is an organizational thing. That's
Everyone knew.
And there
Everyone.
can't and in this situation, see with the Spygate thing with the Patriots, there could be a scapegoat. It was the actual guy that was videotaping it. There really can't be a scapegoat with this scenario because it was taking place right next to them.
Yeah.
So they all knew.
Yeah.
There's no way of disproving that they didn't know.
so some random guy. So we'll believe that some random guy
Some rando.
climbed up the flagpole,
Some
put the
super fan.
camera,
Some strange.
put the camera up there. Then we'll believe that some guy was just strolling around the dugout one day and was like, "Well, I'm just gonna bang this trash can." And it just happened to be every time an off-speed pitch was thrown. We'll believe that. Okay, we'll believe that.
Okay, I thought we were over this.
This is the new mascot for the Astros. Oscar the Grouch.
That's funny. So we're over this now.
You know what? After we're recording, somebody needs to Photoshop a Houston Astros logo on the trash can and just tweet from our account.
I could do it.
New Astros mascot.
I'll do it. I like that. That's funny as fuck.
Maybe you could put like Altuve's face on him or something.
No, yeah.
Just keep him as Groucho. Is it Grouch? No, Oscar the Grouch.
Oscar the Grouch. All right.
Is there an Astro that's named Oscar?
No.
No.
All right, let's get to the awards here.
Okay.
I found this to be a little tougher than the last couple of years for some reason.
Like the questions though, they made me think, and it was debatable for each answer. It could have went either way.
Third year we're doing NYYST. Third year for the NYYST Awards. We did 7 awards this year. I don't know. I just felt that it was, for whatever reason, when I was trying to compile this, I just felt it was a little more difficult than the last couple of years.
Okay.
That's why, like previous years, we had 2 categories for relievers and starters. I just did pitching overall.
I like that though. I like it. I liked it. I think you did a good job.
Okay, so let's kick it off here. Did you guys look at the results?
Yeah.
Not really, no.
You did, Ryan?
So, yeah, I know the majority.
Okay, so then I'll just come out and say it. Actually, I'll ask for everybody's opinion, then we'll say what the fans did, and then we'll do quick
One comment.
like a comment or two on
Probably like one.
why don't you shut the fuck up?
I think
then?
more debatable ones will do more than one. How's that?
How about you shut up? If I want shit from you, I'll squeeze your head.
Thanks.
Okay. First award here. The New York Yankees team MVP. The choices were DJ LeMahieu,
Duh.
Gleyber Torres, and Giovanni Urshela.
Odd choices.
They're not really odd choices.
Nah, I'm going, obviously, DJ. Come on.
Yeah, DJ.
Quick and easy. Painless.
Unanimous. All 4 of us 3 and
And
the
what,
fans
DJ
are
had
in-
94%?
are in agreement that DJ LeMahieu
93.
is the Yankees team MVP this year with 93% of the vote. Gleyber got 6% and Gio got a token 1% of the vote. That was where I was struggling a little bit in finding a third guy, but if you really think about it, how valuable Gio Urshela was to his team this year, I think he deserved to be mentioned in this category.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
Because when you step in and you're able to not even make you miss a guy like Miguel Andujar,
Yeah.
and able to somewhat competently replicate his offensive production and play a much better defensive third base than he did, I think you definitely deserved a nod.
Oh, yeah.
And Gleyber Torres really took that step in
MVP territory.
with the 38 home runs, and he missed some time this year, but he never an IL stint.
Gleyber Torres finally made us say to ourselves, this is why everyone thinks he's going to be a fucking massive superstar.
Yeah,
he
opened
showed
up
us that.
eyes.
He
Well,
showed us that this
It's
year.
definitely DJ LeMahieu. DJ LeMahieu.
It's not even close.
Until really, he kind of slowed down towards the end of the year. Until that point, he was definitely in the conversation for MVP
Absolutely.
overall in the American League.
Absolutely.
And he really changed the way that this team
Definitely top 4.
was on offense. Shut your mouth. I'm really tired of you tonight. All right, next award here.
I thought you were going to read one.
read one what?
I thought you were going to read a fan comment.
No, I didn't ask for him. So the people, you have to ask them to do shit. They don't do things on their
They
own.
don't do it unless they do it.
Yeah. Okay. So, Pitcher of the Year award. The choices were Zach Britton, James Paxton, and Adam Ottavino.
I went with Paxton here. I voted. I personally voted on these.
Ryan.
I can't remember if I voted Paxton or Ottavino, actually.
Ottavino had too much time for me.
Were we considering just the regular season, right?
Yeah, these are regular season awards.
So
Chief.
if we're going just by regular season, then I kind of do have to give it to Adam Ottavino because the Yankees didn't have Dylan Betances all year. Tommy Kahnle, we didn't know what he was, and they needed a guy like Adam Ottavino to do what he did, and his numbers were ridiculous in the regular season.
What were the options?
Britton, Paxton, and Ottavino.
I was torn a little. I thought Ottavino had too much time in the second half where I just questioned him, so I couldn't give it to him. I gave it to Paxton. I think Paxton over those 10 games or whatever it was so dominant at a time when you needed to rely on a pitcher. You needed that confidence. I had to give it to him.
I just think that Ottavino, he played in 73 games this year to a 1.9 earned run average and 66 and a third
I mean,
innings.
yeah, he had a fucking.
As far as
So
regular season goes,
The fans
longevity
went
was Ottavino for
Paxton
me.
with 58% of the vote. Britton finished second with 30%, and Ottavino went.
yeah, because people
It was
hate.
what's on their mind
And,
last
yeah,
season.
and Ottavino went 12%.
Who would you go, Christian?
I honestly, I put Ottavino on there because that's who I would give the award to, and I'm in agreement with Ryan that even though you look at the postseason, that's what's fresh in people's
Mhm,
minds, and
of
maybe I should have
course.
clarified that these are regular season awards, but I'm looking just
It still would have been the same.
162 for me, and I think Paxton was a little too inconsistent for my liking to give him this award.
Christian, you know how we talked about the writers that they have to vote beforehand because even if the postseason doesn't matter, they're still going to have that in their minds. Yankee fans would be the same way, even if you said it was just regular season.
Yeah, but
Everyone
we
would
can't.
still
You
vote
obviously
against
you understand
Ottavino.
that we can't do this like
Oh
that.
shit! I'm
Well,
just
maybe
saying
we can do
it
the
doesn't.
voting after the regular season ends. And
Nobody's
then do the
gonna
show.
give it. Yeah, but nobody's gonna give a shit while they're in a playoff run.
Mm.
Nobody gives a shit now.
That day, those couple days in between when the playoffs start, it might get some
I don't
buzz.
know. Maybe you can
Who's
fucking put it in
buzzed?
the suggestion box and I'll look at it next year.
All right, yeah,
Ooh.
get the
God,
box out there.
talk about being
But-
cranky.
But like we said, look, you got pitched with 190 ERA this year, 66 in the third inning, 73 games. We thought this guy's fucking arm was gonna fall
it
apart.
should have. It probably should have.
It did. It kind of did.
I actually saw him signing autographs,
Left-handed.
left-handed.
So I think Adam Ottavino was a rock for this bullpen. And again, a little-
Shit, man, you're
He's
making me
fucking
want to change
Fred,
my fucking
Fred
mind.
in his fucking projections again. Ottavino with a 3.41 ERA next year. Fucking Fred in his projections.
He's like, no, yeah, Ottavino's arm probably fucking. He probably needs surgery. So, how many innings?
They do
66?
think he's going to throw a lot again next year. 66 innings.
I mean, 73 is a fucking. That's like a joke.
Yeah, but 73 appearances, 66 innings. There's a lot of times they just brought him in for a couple of batters.
Only 8
because
home runs next
they're like,
year.
hey, you know what? If
All right, what were his innings pitched in all of the years?
77 last the year previous.
Wow,
That's a lot of friggin' innings in 2
holy
years.
shit! Don't even read them. I just saw them. It's ridiculous. All right, so you guys go Ottavino. I think that's fair.
All right, next award. We got biggest positive player surprise this year. The choices are
Biggest what?
positive player surprise.
It's a little alliteration, Chris.
I like alliteration.
Me too. Gets
Big
me
Bick.
off.
Tommy Canley, Mike Talkman, and
Talk.
Giovanni Urshela. I'm going with Giovanni today. I feel formal.
Cool.
With
That's
him.
cool. That's cool.
I don't think that's his name.
It is his name,
Is it?
dickhead.
Yeah, it is. Dickhead.
Uh-huh.
Dickhead.
Okay.
What if your name was? What if your
What
last
if my
name
name
was?
is Dig Bick?
I wouldn't like it. I hope his
What
last
if your last
wouldn't
name
be-
was really Head and your parents named you
Yep.
Richard? You would have to go by
Head.
Dick.
There probably is.
You
a
would
guy
have
out
to
there.
go by
I'm gonna
Dick.
check
What's
on
up,
LinkedIn.
dickhead? The old Richard
Richard Head.
There's
Tell you the
300 plus
Richard
LinkedIn
Heads
profiles on
Ri-
Richard Head.
Hey, you fucking dickhead. Hey, can we just
Yeah, let's prank call.
can
That
we
guy-
have a show where
that
we
guy
just
looks like
call
That guy
we just
looks,
call people named Richard Head and
that
when
guy
they
looks like a fucking dick.
what's going on, you fucking dickhead?
All right. Can we get back on
Oh,
track?
good one. Yeah, original. No, I heard that my
I
whole
haven't
life.
heard that before. I haven't heard that before, guys.
Probably gets 20 people a day.
Yeah.
Fucking call. Dickhead.
Would you find me on LinkedIn? Very original. Dude, look, this guy's a president of something.
Oh, it sounds like a
Damn.
South Park episode.
Wait a minute. You mean your president is a dickhead? No, his name is Dickhead.
You're a real dickhead.
Wait, well, I'm doing business with a dickhead?
You're a real dickhead? Holy shit.
Oh, my God. Imagine coming on. Be like, yeah, guys, I'm a real dickhead. All right, so let's go. What do you got here for biggest positive player surprise?
Holy fuck.
For
What were
me,
the options again?
Tommy K, Mikey T, and Giovanni Urshela.
it was a toss-up for me between Urshela and Canley, but I had to go with Tommy Canley. It was a guy that went from a dominant reliever in 2017, a big reason for that run they went on. Then last year, it looked like maybe the expectancy of these careers, especially a reliever, when they start to fall apart the way he was falling apart, getting demoted like that and not seeing the major leagues again.
Yeah, they should get paid in college.
Shut the fuck up.
Not everything is related.
Do it.
I want to. For him to come back and not just be a relief pitcher, but to be an elite relief pitcher again this season.
Right. I
was,
think that's beyond fair.
was very
Here's the
surprising.
only reason why I didn't pick Keenly. Because I knew what he was capable of.
See, and
It was a surprise
that's
that he came
very
back.
fair.
If he came back
was,
this strong, that's what I was surprised about.
I didn't think I wrote him off.
I'm surprised he finished with that high of an ERA. He even got nicked up a little bit.
Yeah, I'll
towards
look
the
at
end
his
there.
game logs, see what.
So for me, I went Gio because of that. Because I didn't think Gio was capable of
Being a good offensive player.
Right. I
And
didn't
that's
think he
why
had
I
that
agree.
talent.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, he gave up 4 runs.
If you
in
asked me,
the
big,
last 9
just
days of the season,
kind of biggest surprise of like who was that? I don't know how to word it. Like it was definitely a huge surprise for me that Keenly came back that strong, but I knew that was there. I knew that pitcher was there somewhere.
mm-hmm.
I didn't know that Urshela had that player somewhere hidden.
Well, fans
You know?
went 73% Gio, Urshela, 20% Mikey Talk, and 7% for Tommy Keenly.
Again, because
it's just with sorry, Chris.
no, I'm just saying again because people don't give a fuck about Tommy Keenly for some reason.
And you look at Gio.
But maybe they are in agreement with you that they knew that there was talent in there.
And Gio, I thought Gio was younger. Gio's 28, so I was going to use the argument that Tommy Kahnle's 30 years old. Usually, when you're up there in age like that, to bounce back that late in your
Plus,
career.
we all knew that it was Red Bull and injury last year that really screwed
Red
up
Bull and
Tommy.
Addies.
I mean, it's just he cut his ERA in half as opposed to last season.
So-
last year.
Have any of those greenies?
Okay.
He pitched
Tonight
in
would be
70.
such a-
He pitched in 72 games
Tonight
this
would be
year.
such a good fucking night to
Man,
punch me
they-
right in the face.
I know. This is the best night to do it. I really should.
It really is such a good night. I'm starting to cramp. Can we hurry up? I need to start eating healthy.
Okay. So, who are you going with, Tommy Keenly?
That's my pick.
So, Chris, myself, and the fans went with Giovanni Urshela.
Okay.
Wrong.
All right, biggest injury loss: Dellin Betances, Giancarlo Stanton.
Giancarlo.
It's Giancarlo.
It's Giancarlo.
John.
And I lost him here. Hold on. And Luis Severino.
For me, I went easy. It wasn't even a question. I went Betances for me. Wasn't even a question.
I also went with Dellin Betances.
You're both wrong because I am in agreement with the fans
Yeah,
that
the
it's
fans.
Luis Severino.
No,
So I went 60% Sevy, 24% Betances, 16%
wrong.
Stanton.
See, but for me, I looked at it. This is a regular season award, but the loss of Dellin Betances really hurt them in the postseason because it taxed Adam Ottavino and it taxed Tommy Kahnle, where they had to throw so much in the regular season. Where if you had Dellin Betances in that bullpen, you would have been able to give those guys even more rest than they did in that final month, which they were doing.
I agree.
So in that sense, but if you're just looking at it from a regular season standpoint, then yeah, sure,
What
Luis
was
Severino.
what was the big weakness of this team all year?
Bullpen.
Really? What was their bullpen?
Starting pitching length.
Okay, so your ace was out. Your ace missed the entire year.
Ace is the place.
Yeah,
it's
their biggest.
huge.
That was their biggest.
I kind of for this one.
But
I kind
not
of
having Dellin,
I
come
added,
on, bro.
I did kind of factor in postseason.
Was their
in a
bullpen
different
a
way.
weakness, even missing him?
Don't matter.
No, it does matter because that's how I'm basing this.
No,
on.
I agree with that, and I don't know, and then maybe you don't see Tommy Kahnle have
This is
have
definitely the last
bounce back.
episode because you're getting fucking murdered after this show, like literally dead.
Murder on the pod.
Like you're gonna find half of you.
And then I'm
in a
gonna fucking punch your dead body.
That's gonna be the punch.
No, do it first. No, that should be the murder kill. The kill right
He
there.
couldn't
the
fucking
punt.
even hurt me with a
Wow,
punch.
now he's challenging you. He's really challenging your manhood right now.
I can block it.
I'm gonna punch you in the neck now.
I can block it.
No. Honestly, I was thinking about that. No, you fucking can't block it. You're putting your hands behind your back and you're taking a punch to the face.
God.
Hit him with
I'm gonna make punch on the pod shirts.
hit him
Yeah,
with-
do it. Yeah.
Hit him with a chair.
We should make this a whole event. We
And then when
we should then donate. Maybe we could do a little charity punch on the pod.
Yeah, do it for charity. Take one.
I'll do it for
Yeah,
charity.
that's what I'll
no,
punch
no,
you.
no. Punch him, and then he should donate to charity because now he's gonna
no,
be like,
fuck you.
because now he's like, I'll take the punch if I for charity. No, you're taking the punch regardless. That was the deal. All right, next, Heart of the Yankees Award: Brett Gardner, CeCe Sabathia, and Aaron Judge.
This is funny.
Chris, you want to go?
Do you want to know who I didn't vote for?
Judge.
CeCe Sabathia.
Didn't vote for him.
I went Guardy, bro.
Wow.
Gardy was too involved for me not to vote for him.
Yeah, I mean, the more you think about it,
Like, of course, CeCe.
he was in the center of everything this year. Brett
Center of
Gardner.
everything. Everything. Had to go Gardy. And not only that, but he also had a fucking phenomenal year. So you had to go Gardy, in my opinion.
No, you don't have to go Gardy. You have to go CC Sabathia.
Well, CeCe won it.
CC won 42% of the vote. Gardy got 33, and Judge got 25. I put Judge on here just because he's like the de facto captain of the team. But it's really a CC. You saw how that the team, and this is supposed to be a regular season award, but you saw how the team really wanted to get this done for him this year, knowing that it was his last year.
Yeah.
Right, and that still
I agree.
applies to the regular season because he wouldn't.
Yes, it does.
That wouldn't be a thing if he wasn't that player throughout the regular season.
This next award's my favorite, by the way.
This is correct.
I did vote CC as well.
So Chris is the only one going Gardy, and everybody else went CC.
C.
C. All right, this is the he was on this team this year award.
It's my favorite one.
And
too.
we got Greg Bird, Troy Tulowitzki, and Kendris Morales.
Okay, I went Greg Bird. I went Troy Tulowitzki because I meant to bring this up, but we were running a little long with Sweeney last week. When Sweeney Murdy mentioned Troy Tulowitzki, in my head I went, holy fuck, Troy Tulowitzki was on this team last year. I truly forgot he had to be my vote. But he didn't win. I think it was Morales, right?
Mm-hmm. The fans went 43% Kendris Morales, 36% Troy Tulowitzki, and 21% Greg Bird.
Yeah, I went Morales too because I remembered him being on the team. I just thought it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, because
Because you
tweeted
wanted
this out a
him
few
2
weeks
years
ago, and I said, does anybody actually remember that Kendris Morales was on this team this year? And when you go back and you look 5 or 10 years
What do you have,
from
5
now,
at bats?
when you go back and you look 5-10 years from now, obscure Yankees guys that had a cup of coffee in the Bronx, you're gonna go, wait, what the fuck? Kendris? If I forgot that he was on this team in 2019, 4 weeks after the season ended, you're gonna have a revel. Like, what the fuck? This guy was on.
There's
this
so
team?
many Yankees that happens with.
What was that one segment we did the 1 year bums?
Yeah,
What do we call it?
the bums.
Bronx Bummers.
Bronx Bummers?
He's
One of them.
definitely on there.
Yeah, and like 5 years from now, the toss-up for first base is going to be Greg Bird and Kendris Morales.
Ugh.
And Chris Carter.
Oh, yeah, man. They've had some clunkers over there at first.
Cash for clunkers.
Damn.
I don't think. For me, I remembered about Tulowitzki being this opening day shortstop because there was a big debate on this show about the Yankees are cheap because they went out.
I
and
think
got Troy
that's what made it
Tulowitzki.
worse for me, though, was
Isn't
that
it-
he was this big to do, and then all of a sudden he just wasn't here anymore.
Isn't it funny that the team's MVP voted on by us and the fans wasn't even in the starting lineup on opening day?
But Greg Bird was.
That is crazy. Can't predict baseball, do you?
He was, right? Just look that up real quick. I just want
What?
to that Bird was in the opening day.
Yes.
lineup.
I think he hit cleanup on opening day.
No, I don't think he was.
However,
No, I think Luke Voigt did, actually.
was Bird the starter?
I think they did both. Yeah,
Greg Bird batted. Was that right?
Eighth,
Batted
yeah.
eighth, playing
Luke,
first base. Oh.
Luke Voigt.
Wow, huh?
Yeah, and I remember we had that debate that he hit that meaningless home run late in the game, and Chris was like, "That's gonna turn his fucking whole season around."
Yeah.
Oh, wait, but where's
It
Troy
did.
Tulowitzki? Maybe that wasn't.
Guys, I'm cramping so bad.
Oh, no, there he is.
Sucks to be
He was
you.
hitting 9.
Oh, man. Fuck.
Let's delay this show like another 30 minutes till he dies.
I'm dying. I am dying.
Do you think would you really be upset if he died?
No.
No.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, maybe I'd have to
mm.
well, no. I wouldn't have to take care of his kids because his wife would still be alive.
Yeah, but you'd have to step in and be the new daddy.
Do you think my
Uh,
kids would care?
Mm.
Probably for like
They might be
week.
happy then and be like, wait, is Uncle Ryan our dad?
Did
Uncle-
Daddy have a life insurance policy?
Uncle Ryan is daddy now?
Great.
This is the best day ever.
Oh, I'm cramping.
Shut up. You're such a bitch.
Cramping, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
I am. I'm so fat now that
He's got
my gut
sympathy cramp.
pushes up my shirt. Like that white trash, like
You-
trailer look.
You are. Trash.
And I blame it on my wife. I blame it on.
No, you blame your wife for being white trash?
I blame it on.
He just called his wife white trash on
I blame it on her doing the laundry. I'm like, stop shrinking my shirts.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Always the laundry, never the person wearing the laundry.
That's so funny.
All right, last award here. Game of the year. The choices: 622. They beat the Astros 7-5. 723. They beat the Minnesota Twinkies 14-12. And September 1st, the walk-off win over the Oakland Athletics.
Listen, me and Ryan were at that game
That's the only reason
against
why,
the A's.
That's the only reason why I put
And it was such a good game. And it was the best, probably top 2 best regular season games I've ever been at.
And I still didn't vote it.
But I didn't vote it. I voted the 14-12, man.
Same here.
That game was so fucking wild.
That was great.
Wild.
Yeah, same here.
The fans overwhelmingly agreed as they went 83% for the win over the Twins, 10% for the win over the Astros, and 7% for the win over the A's.
Yeah, I mean, that game was just back and forth. Look at that box score, dude.
I called it.
Called what?
Remember, I tweeted that Hicks was going to hit that home run.
Tweety.
Tweeted it.
Chris,
really,
you had a big tweet this week, huh? With that, you finding some more evidence against Houston, right?
Yeah, so many people were texting me.
That's
I
awesome.
was in that article.
I mean, that's
people were like,
that was good work.
People were like, "Oh, you just a copier.
Yeah.
You copied."
Yeah, I was
I
surprised
copy.
at the amount of people that were like against.
They're all Houston fans.
You gotta.
It's all AJ Hinch burner accounts.
He's gonna have a lot of time on his hands this season. I have a feeling.
Yeah, I think so.
So we're all in agreement. The 14-12 win over the Twins is the game of the year.
See. Can we end this fucking show
Just
now?
shut the fuck up. You're the most.
I don't have to sit next to you guys anymore.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to instigate something, you know?
Ryan's showing restraint right now because you want it to happen, and I don't think you should be rewarded. I don't think you should get what you want. But you definitely need to be punched in the fucking mouth.
I can't wait, dog.
Yeah.
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna get you.
I'll fucking block that shit, bro.
All right, let's go home.
Let's go. Your wife is pregnant, bro.
So is yours.
Yeah.
So what does that have to do with anything?
Your wife needs you.
Yours needs you less
Right. So that's why I'm not using her as an example.
because she's not that. I'll put it to you this way: you're just not needed by anybody.
I agree.
Okay.
You can't diss someone who was already dissed themselves. Okay? You ever heard of it? You ever heard of
Eminem and 8
B
Mile?
Rabbit and 8 Mile? I am a fucking bum.
You are a fucking
Yeah,
bum.
all right, and let's end the show on that.
Chris is a fucking bum. And in
You want
that,
to do stand-up bits
no.
on here and see what plays well? I want to do a comedy podcast. You want to do one, Ryan? We could just talk about our mom for 3 hours. I have enough fucking material to be a stand-up for my entire life.
I would probably want to drink while we do it.
Oh, we
though.
have to drink.
Make it. Yeah, we should do a brown paper bag pod and just pass around
The brown paper bag. You want to do that?
A cheap wine bottle like we used to
Oh,
do back in the day.
You know what I used to get? Jose Reyes wine. And we used to brown bag it.
Yeah, there's a picture of Jose Reyes right on there.
Oh, Christian's too old for this. He's too sophisticated.
Here it is.
He's following us.
It was
This is a
actually
real
pretty
thing?
Good.
Yes.
Cabernet.
Cabaret.
Cabernet Sauvignon. And we would brown
Cabaret,
paper bag it
yeah.
and pass
We used
it
to
back
get
and
Is
forth.
that, did he
fucked
come out
up.
with that? Was he drinking that wine when he threw his wife through a window?
Probably.
Hey, I don't know if it was before, during, after.
Did he really do that?
Yeah.
What a fucking scumbag.
Oh, shit.
I didn't know that. The fuck is wrong with these people, man?
Yeah, right. I mean,
Jesus.
happens a lot.
Oh, way to fucking kill the mood, Christian. Jesus
You brought up
Christ.
Jose Reyes, so.
I didn't know that jerk off fucking was an abuser.
Yeah, we put money in his pockets.
Yeah, really.
Now fucking
He had
they
money
stopped
to-
selling it, so I guess that's why.
Because
Because it was good wine.
It was probably fucking poison.
I see it for $89 on
It
eBay.
was, it was good $3 wine.
That's
at
aged,
the time.
too.
Ugh.
Mm.
So next week, I don't know what we're doing next week.
My wife's texting me. She wants to know if I'm almost done. What should I say back?
1 hour.
1 hour. Watch this. She's gonna fucking lose it. What do you mean you have fucking hour? All right, go. Next week, what?
I don't know. We're in that. Oh, we should mention though that there was a one.
Are we going on a hiatus soon?
No,
What about the holidays? Holiday.
we're going on a permanent
Well, no,
hiatus now. After that,
soon we'll have the winter meetings coming up and all that.
How much
so-
longer are we gonna do the show? You think? In our lives,
I don't know. I think I'm done with you today.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Christian have been talking about maybe.
Right? You want to
out of
really
the-
kick the tires on this comedy pod?
Yeah, as long as we're drinking during it.
The brown paper bag.
Sure.
Christian would be in it, except he's not funny, so he can't be.
Yeah. Well, you know.
She said, "What?"
Chris thinks he's funny because every time he looks in the mirror, he laughs, but he doesn't realize that it's his own fucking reflection that he's looking at.
That's why you can't be on the comedy pod.
No, that was it. That was a good one.
Like Artie Lang. I told you I've been like hooked on Artie Lang. Talks about doing coke and how you can't do coke if you're ugly.
Will Smith was signed by the Atlanta Braves.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
I was thinking the Yankees.
3
Good
years.
segue.
Got a 3-year deal. So usually you don't see guys sign that early, especially ones that he might have been the best reliever on the market this year.
Don't the relievers usually wait until after the starters have signed?
He went to the Atlanta Braves. Although I was hearing that he might not even be the closer there, that he might just be like the Andrew Miller type.
Yeah, well, Shane Green will close out.
All right, so let's close out this show because it's an absolute fucking train wreck.
We needed a good train
I
wreck.
thought it went all right.
You can follow us on
The good shows, Christian thinks are train wrecks because he doesn't know how to just like live a little.
I can't wait. I just can't wait.
How much longer is he on the
Me?
fan?
Oh,
Mike.
I don't know. Probably he's
30 days.
before Christmas.
Have they announced what they're
No.
doing now
Is it before?
without him?
Yeah, he's going to radio.com.
No, like what's
No, they haven't announced. That's why they had JJ
whatever.
on with Maggie and
These
Bard.
are
They're
the
testing
ones that
some
we
shit
got.
out.
Yeah.
But before he would go, whenever his Christmas vacation would start, normally he's gone sometime before then. He said that
wow,
he's not
so it's
announcing it.
Yeah, because he doesn't want people to leave him fucking phone. Have a whole episode of people calling him in, wishing him
Although they
good
do
luck
that
in
anyway.
retirement. Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna miss you so much.
Okay, thank you. All right, you got a point here. Oh, okay. All right, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. Please follow us on Twitter at NYY Sports Talk. As Chris said earlier, go to iTunes, leave a 5-star rating and review. Subscribe to the
Please.
show on YouTube.
Please fucking do it. Thanks.
Please, that would be really nice.
Yeah, please. And thank you for listening to episode 153 of the NYYST podcast. That guy, Rye.
Go Yanks.
Chris, say goodbye.
Peace.